We are live. We are live. What up, y'all? I need y'all to like and share this. Welcome to the It's Mental podcast. I'm waiting to see if we get some people that log on real quick. I need to see if y'all are on here. And yeah, here we go. I got a beautiful lady with me today, so this is gonna be good. Y'all know, whenever I have, how do I get this off? Hide that. There we go. All right, whenever I have a beautiful lady on here, you know it's gonna be some real stuff. Welcome, y'all. If y'all see me in the chat, I need y'all to put a B in the chat. Put a B in the chat for Benzie. Put a B in the chat. Just the letter B. If you can hear me and you can see me, put the letter B in the chat. I just want to make sure I can see you. No, not Suwu, B. See? That's what happens when you invite gang members on your show.
Oh, okay.
Put a B in there for me. The B is for Benzie, for blessed, for beautiful, for everything that starts with the letter B. But put a B in the chat. I want to see you. Please put a B in the chat. I need y'all to like and share this right now. Come on, join the live. I need y'all. Meet me go in there and share this thing if you can.
Yep.
Go ahead on and share it. I need y'all to like and share. I need a few more people to get on. That's only showing me one person. I know we got more than one person out there that want to get in with this today. This is going to be a good one. Okay, there's two. We need y'all to come on in, man. It's 7:36. What up, though? Denny Mo? I seen you out there was trying to give people life insurance on the bikes, man. That's serious. Because the bikes, man, it's a tough road out there, brother. So I definitely understand. You all that matters. Nah, unless you gonna write the check, then you all that matters. You gotta write the check. Hello, sir. Please send the Lord how you. My name is Pastor Timothy from India. Well, praise the Lord. Bless you, Pastor Timothy from India. Send the Lord how you are my name. I think it was just a mistranslation. But bless you, Pastor Timothy. I think it's Timothy. I don't know. He's from India. But bless you, sir. Yeah, welcome, y'all. We are on a special, let me make it so you can see. There we go. A special episode of It's Mental podcast. I am the DJ Benzie. Look, follow me on all socials. I'm at the DJ Benzie on Instagram, TikTok, and X, which is formerly Twitter. At the DJ Benzie. Simple. No spaces, no nothing. At the DJ Benzie. If you want to follow me on, well, you already follow me on Facebook because I'm on Facebook. But if you want to follow me on on YouTube, follow the podcast on YouTube. We are sponsored by Do Well Entertainment. That's what we do here. We produce great things for great people. And I am your host at the DJ Benzie. Remember, don't forget that. And we need a few more people to join us. Our numbers are low right now. What is going on? The sun is shining. People forgot it was 7:30. What you
right,
doing, man? I don't know what's going on. Where are my folks at? Man? Usually we at least at 15. Something close to that, 11, 12. Give me 10. Can I get 5?
A bid war.
We're finna roll, man. I'm not gonna waste too much time. This is gonna be good tonight. So I really hope somebody check in and tap in, man. Share this. Denny Mo, share this, man. Tell the people to go live. I wish I could be in the chat and text people and be like, yo, I'm live. Look at me. But I don't know what's going on. So
not look at me.
Right. Look at me. Listen, something. Tap in. But like and share this, man. If you on here, like and share this. That's what I need y'all to do. Share it. Because the more people that share it, it'll get more people to come on because they'll see us. It look like we just got Denny Mo right now. All right, so we're going to get to it, man. I guess Denny Mo is just going to be the only one watching us tonight. I don't understand. Am I not on Facebook? Well, he had to find me on Facebook. Facebook be hating sometime, though. I don't understand.
I'm going to copy the link, too, and share it with some people.
Yeah. All right, we got some people. Hey, if you here, man, type in the chat. Just let me know you here. Say hi. Say hello. Give me the letter B. Something. Tell me something that you hear, man. I need my folks in here with me. because we only got 3 people in here. But we're going to keep on rolling anyway. We're going to do the show of nobody watching, because somebody going to come back and they're going to see this, right? So we're going to get started. Again, we're sponsored by Do Well Entertainment. Also, Minx by MK. That's my daughter's eyelash company. She does lashes. She does facials. She does anything to make these ladies look more prettier than they already are. She can do. So she's certified and heavily talented, and I just want to support my baby. So, and that kind of goes into what we're talking about tonight, right, babe?
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
So I'm gonna tell you a little bit of why my beautiful. If y'all don't know, this is my wife here. She's very beautiful, and she is going to help me out tonight. She's actually in charge tonight. So tonight I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of my mentality throughout the years of being a father, right? Because Father's Day is approaching, and we always talk about mothers on Mother's Day, and how great they are, how great mothers are, and we're starting to recognize fathers a little bit more. Yes. But I want to let y'all know how I am as a father, right? Mm-hmm. So I want to let y'all know a little bit about how. Yeah, I know my camera's a little foggy. I don't know why. I wiped it off 3-4 times, babe. I don't know what's going on, but it's all good. We're just gonna keep rolling. So, yeah. So we're gonna talk about a little bit of me from a mental perspective, and she knows the inside scoop. She knows probably more about me than anybody else watching, other than Jesus. Praise the Lord.
Other than Jesus.
Other than Jesus, praise the Lord. So I need y'all to tap in right now, and just tune in, man. If y'all got questions, throw them in the chat. So we're talking about relationships, right? And we're talking about fatherhood, and how the contrast between relationships and fatherhood, and how that can have an effect on how I am as a man, right? How I operate as a man in relationships and fatherhood. So just a little background. I've been a father since I was a week before my 20th birthday. Since I was 19 years old, I've been a father. My daughter is now 19. And so y'all do the math. Y'all know how old I am. I'm not 40. Praise the Lord. I am under 40. And I'm going to be under 40 for the next 10 years. Yes, I am.
Not lying about your age.
I didn't say I was lying. I just is what I is. All right. So we're going to talk a little bit about that today. We got our numbers up, number 11. Type in the chat. Let me know you hear. It should pop up in the chat. If you type in the chat, I should see it. So type in the chat. Say hello. Please share it right now. I'm going to say that all throughout. Just share it. Tap the button that says share and share it. That's all you got to do. That's how you can support me. All right, cool. So my wife's going to ask some questions. That's my wife, Mimi, MC, Mimi the MC. That is her. She helps me run this business, and she's just a dynamite, amazing woman herself. So go ahead, Mimi. Hit me with it.
Oh, my bad. I was muted. But
we got Ash on here. Oh, this is a holy church. Huh? Holy. Holy, Donna. Woo. I felt the glory when you came in, Donna.
Oh my God. Oh yeah.
Glory. What up,
Ashley about to sense all the presence of the Lord.
Melissa, how you know 40 good? I thought you was 37. No, I didn't know Melissa was over 40 when I first met her. I did not know, to be honest.
Yeah, she looks young and in charge. That's what happened when you stay out of people's business.
Hey, look at God. Wait till you're 50. I don't know what's going to happen when I'm 50. I got 20 more years till I'm 50. Do the math.
Yeah. Oh, my God. Well, all right, babe.
Here we go.
As you said, this is a episode that is targeted to fathers, fatherhood, and relationships. And
Mimi, pronounce your name. Donna want to know how to pronounce your legal name.
Mimi? No. Munira. And at the end of the day, feel free to call me Mimi if that's what you remember tomorrow. That's Munira. What I tell everyone.
Munira.
But again, this is not about me. This is the It's Mental podcast, not It's Womental. So we're going to discuss our host, our founder, Benzie, and how he navigated fatherhood and relationships.
Wait, why are you so choppy? Do y'all see her clear or y'all see her choppy? I don't know what's going on. Are you connected to the Wi-Fi?
Yes, of course.
Oh.
Nothing looks choppy on my end.
Nothing looks choppy on my end either. So I don't know. Hopefully they can see it. Y'all let me know if either one of us are choppy. We just gonna keep rolling. I'm gonna pretend like you're not choppy, and we just gonna keep rolling. Oh yeah, you choppy. Am I choppy? Am I Choppy Denny Mo? Or just Mimi? Don't move too much, Mimi. Father's right.
But it also could have been the table was moving a little bit. I kicked it a few times.
That's gonna mess up the Wi-Fi. The table.
I mean,
the
that
table,
could mess up the
table,
video.
table
Like,
moving.
I could have looked choppy.
All right, here we go. All right, let's just go. Let's go and roll.
Yeah. All right. So, as I was stating, we'll talk about fatherhood and relationships. And many of you may not know, when it comes to Benzie, I feel like in fatherhood, he has gone through all stages of relationships. He's gone through the being with the mother of his child. He's gone through singleness. He's gone through being in relationships where the mom and girlfriend don't get along. He's gone through getting along, the mom and girlfriend get along. And then, of course, as you all know now, marriage. So literally a roller coaster of fatherhood, and still always maintaining his integrity of, at the end of the day, he's going to be in his child's life and he's going to be a good dad. So, of course, we have some questions we want to hit them with today. So from a male's perspective of how that kind of looked for him and how he navigated that. And maybe he'll say something, drop a little nugget that can help one of you men or women on here with us tonight. So first and foremost, let's just dive right into it. What were some of your struggles in maintaining that stance? And, I'm going to be a good dad through all of these ebbs and flows of relationships with different women when it came to being a dad to your child.
So I think this was something I made up in my mind before I even became a dad, right? Like I grew up just me and my mom. It was me and my mom through my whole life. Yeah, I had helps. The baby mama is the struggle, as somebody said. But yeah, me and my mom, it was just me and her. My grandfather helped out. My aunties helped out a little bit, but it was me and my mama throughout the majority of my life. Then we moved to California, had some help from she's like my aunt's second cousin. But other than that, it's been me and my mama the whole way. And without my dad being here, I never had any animosity or anger towards my dad because I never really met him. But I always promised I never want a child of mine to grow up and not have a relationship with me as their father. And I'm going to play a very significant role as a dad. So regardless of the struggle, I mean, there's times where I just wanted to say, F it, just forget it. But I couldn't. It was just, it's something I had put in my head throughout my childhood that like self-talk, right? I'm always gonna be there for my kid. I've always said that. So it just manifested itself in adulthood when it happened. And who knows, like God may have put that in my spirit at a young age because he knew I was gonna have a child at a young age. I was gonna make that decision. So maybe that's something I needed in order to handle all those roller coasters throughout my relationships.
So what were some struggles that almost put you to that point of, forget it, almost going back on your promise to yourself and being a good dad?
I think the first time, and I think my mom and my aunt really had to almost, I'll say, talk me off the ledge, right? When we say talk me off the ledge, it's like we just give up on life, right? So my mom, I remember I was in college. It was my daughter's first birthday. Me and my baby mama had broke up. And imagine she's in LA, I'm in Arizona, I'm living wild, I'm doing my thing, and I get with this other new girl, like right a year after my baby is born, right? And so she is very upset by it. And I don't, to this day, I don't blame her for that. That wasn't a good thing for me to do. But I was young, I was immature, irresponsible, right? But she was so upset with me in that moment that she had convinced one of her family members that if I came to that first birthday party, she would have him fight me at the birthday party, at the park, right? And so I was so upset, I'm telling my mom, like, I don't care. I'm coming. This is my baby's birthday. Remember, in my mindset is I'm not giving up on my child. But I did not go to my child's first birthday. And y'all might say, like, what type of dad don't come to their child's first birthday party? First of all, y'all spend all this money on these child's first birthday parties, and they don't remember nothing. Half the time they sleep anyway. So it's really for you and your friends. And my daughter don't know that I wasn't there unless you tell her. But guaranteed I've been at everyone else of them. But anyway, so her saying that, convincing one of her cousins to fight me at the park at my daughter's birthday. My aunt and my mom said, listen, what you don't want to do is cause a scene at your daughter's birthday party. I said, she's already painted a bad picture of you. How worse would it look if you get in a fight at this party with her family member?
Yeah.
Right. So that, I was so angry. I was so upset. I was like, you know what, forget it. I'm not even gonna deal with her no more. Whatever. I'll just wait till my daughter get older. But it was just it. Like I said, I couldn't give me. But that was like the very, very first struggle that caused me to almost want to just be like, I don't want to deal with this. I don't want to deal with this anymore.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. And there's a lot of grace that should be given. When you mentioned like being immature, and immaturity is not always a number. Sometimes you can just be immature in your experience and be 30 something as a man. So it's also, given that grace, especially when you have a father that wants to be there. So
yeah, it was a little
good.
It's interesting that you say that because I didn't have an example of how to fight for my child, right? I had my grandfather who was married to my grandmother. That's all, they was married before all his 7 kids was born. My mom included was born. They was married all my life until they passed away. So there was no struggle there. And he was like, he was the rock of the family. Sometimes his grandmama is big mama. My grandfather was the rock of my family. Like he held us down. So I saw that, but I didn't see the struggle. So I didn't know how to deal with that. None of my other uncles had baby mamas. They had wives. And so I didn't get to see a baby mama situation in my family.
Cool. I guess that's not an example you want.
But in these days and times, you need somebody to go to. How do I handle this, right? If I had somebody to talk to at that time, especially a man, right? Because a woman, a lot of times I even got upset with my mom throughout being in childhood. It was like, as a dad, you don't understand what I'm dealing with right now. You don't understand. It was always, oh, well, she's the mom, and I'm like, I'm the dad. Why is my role being diminished? Like, my mom was the baby mama too. She wasn't married to my dad. So you don't know what she may have dealt with from when because my dad wasn't around. So there had to be something going on. That's a whole nother story. He got on drugs. So that's why my mom separated from him. But at the same time, there's some hurt there from her, I'm sure. Right. So I personally, didn't have someone to say from a dad's perspective at 19, 20 years old, how do I handle this situation?
Now, and we mentioned the different stages you went through in being a dad and managing a relationship. So did you have a different approach to being a father when your girlfriend didn't get along with your child's mother as opposed to when they did? Did you tackle it differently, have a different mindset on it? What did that look like for you?
I think a lot of it came with growth too, right? I don't think it was only the fact that my first 2 relationships of my daughter's life, my baby mama didn't get along with them, right? Because it was a situation where I wasn't with my baby mama, but I was still dipping my pen in the ink, right? I was still going back, dipping y'all know what I'm talking about. Saints,
right.
Saints is on, y'all better know. So I was still going back. So that created a lot of friction there, right? So regardless, my baby mama always felt she had a baby by me. I don't care who you are. If you have a baby by someone, there's a part of you that just wants to be with that person. And you want to still try to hold on to whatever connection you have with that person as long as you can. I'm sorry. It just happens, right?
Yeah.
That's really how God designed us. That's why we're supposed to be married. I'm not trying to preach, but that's why we're supposed to be married before we have children, because it's inside of us that a part of you, a part of me came together. We made this child. So now a part of us are stuck together forever. Right. And so what better way to be stuck together forever with this person than through relationship, right? Marriage, through those sorts. So there's a family, right? A traditional style family. So there's a part of me that still wanted to be with my baby mama, but she was in another state and I was wilding doing my thing in college. And there's definitely a part of her that still wanted to be with me, because no matter who I was with, she was always going to let me dip the pen in the ink whenever I came home, right? So a lot of that caused the friction she would have with my girlfriends, right?
Yeah.
So the way I think it wasn't the way I handled parenting. It was more the way I handled relationship. I had to set boundaries with my child's mother, right? We had to set boundaries with each other because it wasn't healthy. How am I not saying I don't want to be with you, but I want to be a good dad, but I'm still going back and sleeping with you while having a relationship with somebody else? Think of the many mixed signals she was getting, right? That was wrong of me. And I was really taking advantage of the fact that she wanted to be with me. At the end of the day, she wanted to be with her baby daddy. So I don't think I changed my approach on fatherhood. I changed my approach on the boundaries I set so that I could be a father.
That's so good. Boundaries. Many people forget that line, and they forget how to set them, because boundaries in relationships are like the catalyst for the growth and development of those around you. You know, when you have boundaries in your friendships, your romantic relationship is, you know, founded properly. And boundaries with children, it's all of these lines that people tend to blur cause confusion, you know, cause chaos, especially when it comes to a romantic relationship. It's with women, of course. We're like, wait, you over here loving on me, then X, Y, and Z need to be out the picture. So, and you said you were out of state. So I know that had to have its own kind of struggles in maintaining being a good father. It's like, how can I be a good father hundreds of miles away and I can't see you every day? What was that experience like?
Now, so y'all gotta remember, this is before social media was big, before FaceTime and all that stuff. Yeah, we could. It was a little. What was it? MySpace and all that. It's interesting. I actually had to go to court to continue to be a good father. My baby mama didn't take me to court. I took her to court because she did not like the girl who I was dating at the time. And I don't know, I put it on, I think it was MySpace at the time, that me and her were coming to California. Now, she had family in California that she was going to visit. So instead of us driving separately, she dropped me off at my mom's house. And she went and was spending a week with her family. Had nothing to do with me. We just happened to need to go at the same time. Well, we put it on social media. Somebody went, I don't remember who it was, right? One of her friends went and told her. My baby mama was so upset because she was like, why are you bringing this B word out here? Why are you bringing her? Woo, woo, woo. And I think the person presented it in a way like me and her finna be being a family to my daughter at that time. I think that's how it was presented. So she was upset. So she was so upset that when I got there to pick up my daughter, she held my daughter at the screen door like, see her? This is about all you about to see her. Ha ha, laughing at. Now my daughter's a baby, so she don't remember none of this, whatever, and she's not watching, so don't worry. And I'm not trying to down talk her mama because her mama was reacting to what I was doing, right?
Yeah.
So you gotta understand her. It may sound like emotional instability, but it's an emotional instability that I created by my actions, right? Again, still dipping the pen in the ink, but she don't like my girlfriend, right? She don't like the fact that I even have a girlfriend. My daughter's not, I think she's probably 2 years old at this time, right? And so I'm coming to get my daughter. And when she did that, I was so hurt. I was so angry. I was so upset that my mom, again, my mom and my aunt calmed me down, right? It's the only two people I really had to go to, my mom and my aunt. Because my friends, all my homies, I was the first one to have a kid. So none of my friends was going through this. My mom and my aunt was like, we're going to do this the right way. We're going to go to court. And we're going to make sure you have your right, your legal right to see your child whenever you come to visit. Because I was coming almost once a month. I think about once a month. If not, it was like 5-6 weeks. But once a month. In college, still trying to come back and forth, driving back and forth to California. A lot of my friends were from California, so I would hitch a ride with them. So that's why getting a ride was so important to me. But that happened, and that was a serious situation. So there were some legalized things that were put in place to make sure that whenever I came to town, there was nothing she could do to stop me from seeing my child.
That is so good. Men, take note of that. Do not wait for her to take you to court. Stand up. Take authority over the position you want to have in your child's life. And that's coming from a woman.
Yeah.
You know, it's many men, they wait until it gets to that ledge and then it's like almost too late. But if you're proactive, people take notice. So that's so good. Now, and of course, I know you, but others don't. And in these relationships that you had, some of them had kids. Now, what did that look like, navigating being a father or a father figure, and maybe even dive into how that could have possibly changed some of your thoughts and perspective on what your child's mom may have experienced?
So that one, look. So mostly I've been talking about the first girlfriend I had when my daughter was like real young. Let me talk about the girlfriend who's now an ex-wife, who I was with when my daughter was like 4 years old, right? And at that time, my mom would sometimes bring my daughter to Arizona to come visit me. And so I think that was a bad situation because they were behind my back. Stuff I find out stuff way later down the line. They was arguing behind my back about stuff that I didn't even know about, right? Now, again, throughout me dating this new girl, I'm still dipping my pen in the ink, right, with my baby mama. So if you hear, I preface it with that, and I keep saying that because I'm not here to bash my baby mama. I'm trying to let you understand that some of her actions were resulted of my manipulation. And it was sexual manipulation, right? It wasn't like she could separate her emotions from the intimacy, right? She still wanted a piece of me at that time. How could you blame? Not saying I'm this great person, but how can you blame a mother of a child who wants to be with her? I'm in college. I wasn't in jail. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't a bum. So she a halfway decent baby daddy, period. That got something going for herself. Why would you not want to be that? But now, not only is he dipping his pen in the ink, but he has this other woman who has 3 kids. And now they're moving in together. So wait, you dipping your pen in the ink, you got a new girlfriend who got 3 kids, and them kids is living in your house, the house that I already had. They moved in with me because I had a 4-bedroom house that I was supposed to be living in with the girlfriend before that, with her, her cousin, and her brother, and me. We was all supposed to be living in the house together. We got into it. We broke up. Nobody wound up moving in. I was living there by myself. The new girl and her 3 kids move in. So she like, you over there playing family, taking care of them, while I'm at home by myself. Can't go out to the club. She would always say, I can't go out to the club. My mama make me stay home and take care of the baby. She won't watch the baby for me. And I'm still coming home dipping the pen in the ink.
Yeah.
So, and then they would argue about it. They was always arguing back and forth. And I was always stuck in the middle. Always stuck in the middle, right?
Right where you put yourself.
Right where I put myself. I put myself there. I put myself, fathers shouldn't live in fear of having their lives controlled by vindictive women. That's true. That is true. I mean, that's why you gotta go to court, you know, or whatever you gotta do to put those parameters in place. But basically, that situation was so, it was very stressful for me, right? But because I had those parameters in place from court, she couldn't stop me from seeing my baby once a month. I think they gave me 7 days per month to see my child. I could split those 7 days up. It could be a week. I had a week per month of visitation with my child. And I was paying child support, right? Automatically came out my check. I was working at Chase Bank. Boom. It came out I think it was like two something. Came out my check. I was making pretty good money back then. $250 still hit though.
Especially back then. What was that?
Then,
like
$250. Right now, $250 like $25. But back then, $250. Man,
all the monies.
Yeah. I'm gonna just read this thing real quick. I don't get back to it. It's amazing how when we are going through it, it doesn't feel that it would get better. But once God allows the transition to happen, we get relieved to parent without that extra stress. God is good, growth. That is so true. That is so true. That and we're gonna get to where we are now and how the relationship between me and my baby mama, and even my wife is now. But that time was probably the worst time with my child's mother. I mean, literally to this day, if they saw each other, my baby mama, my ex-wife, it's going down. If you see a sonic boom happen anywhere between California and Arizona, that's probably my baby mama and my ex-wife. They met each other somewhere and boom, sonic boom happened. Like to this, I just don't think that they would see each other and just ignore each other. I think it would be a fight. My baby mama even say, she's even mentioned that before. If I seen her, I think I just would have to. She would just have to. Too old. Yeah, old. She's a grandma. My baby mama old. She got all this gray hair. If y'all know her. Don't tell her I said that. But yeah, they all trying to fight. But anyway,
that is funny.
But I take responsibility for that. I take responsibility for my manipulation, the feelings that they both had during that time. Mm-hmm. And then I was trying to be a good father figure to her kids, but without letting her kids know that you're going to take the place of my child, right? Because her kids were all older, and two of them, their daddies were still active in their lives, right? Only one that her son wasn't. I kind of got pretty close to her son, but I like kids regardless, right? If my homie got kids, I'm Uncle Benzie, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it wasn't so much, oh, this is my new wife, I love her kids. Yeah, I did, but I love kids, period. And if you're in my house, let's just say if I had a roommate that was a dude and he had kids, I'm their kid too. I'm not second daddy. I'm not.
Yeah.
That's our relationship. But I'm a guardian. I'm a parental figure for them as well. So yeah, I always make sure, and even, you know, I brought them all out to California one time for Christmas. That was crazy. At my mom's house with them kids, and you know, all that stuff. My baby mama was mad. Not my baby mama. My wife was mad because my baby mama was showing out, and you know, because she used to this. I'm at every Christmas. I'm here. This is my baby. This is my people. And you are outsider with your kids, and ain't nobody got gifts for them. You know what I mean? So it was kind of that type of animosity that was going on. So me, got to think, at this time in my early 20s, I'm 24. I don't really know how to navigate this. So I'm always stressed out in relationships. If my baby mama not cussing me out, the girlfriend / soon to be wife was cussing me out. And one was yelling at me, the other one was yelling at me. It was just crazy. But I never gave up. I never gave up on my daughter. Never gave up.
And again, did that change how you maybe viewed what your baby mama went through, having that experience with someone else's children and a different dad?
So she's interesting. She didn't really give them no baby mama drama. She didn't put them on no child support. She was just like, these my kids, I'm finna take care of them. And she just like, okay. She was like, and if they did do something, she might have a little attitude, but then like, whatever. And then kind of go, that was really her. She's still that way, I believe. I mean, her kids are all grown, but I believe she's probably still that way. Like, her kids were, when I came around, I think she had Deja, who was probably, so probably 9. Gotta throw out kids' names. Oh, sorry, kids' names, right? She had a 9, I think 9, 12, and 14, right, at the time, right? So now they all grown, and but she just took care of her kids the best way she knew how with what she had, and there was no. I met one of the dads, and he was cool, and I was living wild. Me and one of the baby daddies did a transaction together, so I didn't have no, you know, it was no drama there. There was no drama there.
That's good. And I had a next question, but I believe you kind of addressed this with acknowledging your own faults and, you know, mishaps and struggles. It's like, did you have any like tension with having a good relationship because you had a child? You know, especially nowadays, sometimes they talk down and, you know, don't date the single mom. Don't date the dad with kids. So did you ever come across that where maybe you met a good woman, but she was like,
let me tell y'all something. This for the fellas, right? If y'all got kids, use that to your advantage. Women love a good daddy. They love it. They love it. Even if you ain't around your kid all the time, the fact that you trying to fight for your kid, the fact that either you might be on child support, but you know, now if you got like 6, 7 baby daddies, you a fool, right? Right? She don't like that. But if you got 1, maybe 2 kids, right? And you an active father, you a good father, and you take care of the kids. Yeah, they like that from initial. Now when baby mama get involved and she's a hothead, right? Then they might not like that. But women, it's attractive for a woman to see a man being a man and a father. Is it my child ain't getting me no play? Need to send them back to the factory.
Oh man,
you gotta be strategic, right? I don't know your situation, but you gotta be a little strategic on, you know, not overly. You don't want to make it like, oh, my child's my world, I worship my child, but hey, let them know you a daddy. I'm a daddy right now. So yeah, you know, let me handle this with my child. Boom, boom, boom. Let me get my child settled at my mama house, and it's me and you, baby. Oh, have them on the phone while you reading to your child at night, right?
Oh my
Ooh,
God.
they like that. Look at that.
There you go. At the park, pushing them on the swing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm just at the park, man. Been spending some father-daughter time, you know. Send them a picture. Like my daughter, when I was younger, I let her. We was at our house actually, babe. You know, me and she. Remember, Cammy was over, and I let her put makeup all over my face, whatever, like making me look crazy. Women love that type of stuff. Oh, you ain't all tough. You let your daughter do all that. They love that type of stuff. So that's just a note for single dads out there that's trying to get a woman.
That is cute. That is cute. Like little puppies, but we're not going there. Okay, so as I stated in the beginning, there was a point where you hit a sweet spot. It's like in fatherhood where the mother of your child, your girlfriend, they got along.
Yeah.
You know, they got along. So it's like, I'm sure fathers out there are like, what did you do? What magic potion did you give them? Who drink did you spike first? Like, what happened there? What happened there?
It's interesting. A lot of things happened at the same time, right? Which kind of let me know that I was with the right woman, okay? And this is talking about my wife. A lot of stuff kind of happened just randomly at the right time. So the goal was for me to come home, right? It was God. At the end of the day, it was God, but let me tell you how it lined up, right? So I came home. My goal was I was breaking up with my ex-wife. Like, I was just done. We were married for maybe 6 months, and I was like, yo, I'm applying for a job in California. I'm out. Like, I'm transferring. I'm out. She's like, so we getting divorced? Yes. Yes. This is what's happening, whatever. She was gone. I was gone. It was just wasn't happening. So I came home. My goal, though, when I came home, my mindset was, I'm finna go get with my baby mama. We finna be a family, right? But my daughter was, 2009. I think she was about 5 years old. About 5 years old. And my daughter was old enough to where she could function more on her own, right? She didn't need to be up under my baby mama the whole time. So she could find people to watch her, whether it was an auntie or a cousin. So my baby mama, she was, before hot girl summer was a thing, she was having her hot girl time that she missed in her super early 20s, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. She missed that from she was being a mama. Now she's 24, 25. She out there doing her thing, right? She's doing her thing. So I'm coming home like, I did my thing. I'm ready to settle down. She like, well, you gotta wait because I'm doing my thing, right? She's like, I don't want that. I don't want no relationship. I'm like, what? You done fought every girl I was with. Now I'm coming home to be with you, and you don't want to be with me. So randomly, I connected with you, right? You already know the story because we talked about it. I randomly connected with you on social media, right? Joking, not even trying to holler, right? We knew of each other from high school. We went to the same high school, but didn't talk, didn't have any interaction, wasn't even caught each other's eye or nothing. And we were just playing a social media game. And Valentine's Day came up 2010, and we decided to hang out, right? And we hung out. We had a wonderful time. It was like, whoa, who are you? You like dope, right? Like, you a dope female. You like, you know, I guess you like me a little bit. And we kind of connected, right? And we started dating. And I think about 4 or 5 months went by. We went to, I think it was September or something like that. We went to Jania's birthday or something. We went to somebody's birthday. That's the first time I introduced you as my girlfriend to my baby mama, but you weren't really. When's the first time you met her?
I think the first time we met was at a church picnic that Calvary had at that like park.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because you were going to church.
I believe that was like the first time we like met.
Okay, so I'm a little older now. I'm not dipping back in the ink, right? Because she off me, right? She at a stage where somebody else is dipping the ink in the ink, right? And she just doing her thing. She having her fun. She hanging out. She going to the club. She popular now, and she got a different area of friends, of people, and popularity. So she ain't on me like that. So it allowed me to really what's up, Pop? She allowed me and my current wife now to kind of really connect on a way where she wasn't in the mix, right? There wasn't drama there, right? And because I was home, it was like I could have my baby. So I was having my baby like everyone back and forth week to week. Or she was at my mom when I first came home. I stayed with my mom for about 3-4 months. She was at my mom's house, so she was always there. That was where she was normally. My mom would watch her a lot anyway, so I was there. So I was always seeing my daughter. I was learning her routine, learning her day-to-day stuff. And so you came along and you did not engage in the drama, right? Initially, my baby mama had her guard up. She did have a little, no, here come another one. But my wife was in a place like, look, I'm not trying to take this man from you, right? I'm not trying to take your baby daddy from you. I'm not trying to even put myself on a pedestal above you. Because right now we're just dating, right? So a lot of times that new girlfriend's like, you just the baby mama, I'm the girlfriend. Woo, woo, woo. Okay, yeah, but at the end of the day, we got a child together. So me and you could break up, but I still got to deal with this woman because I got to deal with this child, right? Mm-hmm. So you didn't come in trying to say, well, back up, I'm the new girl. I'm the new girl. You just came in and kind of just rolled. You kind of set back. Sometimes you didn't like the way she talked to me, right? You didn't like some of the things she would say. You didn't like how I would do things to appease her. But at the end of the day, you kind of stayed, I hate to use this phrase, but kind of stayed in your place. And when I say stayed in your place, you stayed in the place that you chose to make for yourself, right? Mm-hmm. And it wasn't a place that I put you in. It wasn't a place that she put you in. You put in a place where you didn't want no drama. You didn't want no beef. And at the end of the day, you knew you still wanted me to be the father for my child. And sometimes you would encourage me. Sometimes you would, help me on how to deal with it and how to talk to her. And there were even times where me and her would argue and you would talk to her and calm her down, right? Because there was time my baby mama was cussing me out. But my wife, my girlfriend, I think you were still my girlfriend at some of these times, wasn't you?
Yeah, so. Yeah.
She was my girlfriend, and my baby mama would just kind of calmly explain to Mimi how she felt, and Mimi would calm her down. It's funny that I can say this story now because we get angry foster parents who are just angry, and my wife does such a good job at talking to angry people and help calming them down. And she just has a gift with that. She doesn't allow it to get under her skin. She doesn't allow them to rile her up. She just kind of calms them down. And even if they too don't listen to her, she kind of just, okay, I was just trying to make you not feel stupid, but but she has that type of just optimistic viewpoint of things. Like, I can make this better for you. Like, don't be so upset. I can make this better for you. She's really, really good at that. So she did that a lot. And I think because my wife never engaged in arguments with my baby mama, slowly her walls started to come down. Because you got to remember, the walls were higher than any walls you could imagine. The Great Wall of China, that's how big her walls was, because of the past relationships and the past things I would do, right? It wasn't because of Mimi, it was because of stuff that I did in the past. So it was just like, me was just like, I'm the girlfriend, and I'm here to support y'all in any way. Y'all, you know what I'm saying? She was here to support y'all. She wasn't here to create more problems. She wasn't here to create more stress. So if you date a dude with a crazy baby mama, listen, if she come at you crazy, just ignore it. Because you don't know what she's been through with this dude previously. You remember, you only hearing one side of the story from him. So he gonna tell you all the bad stuff about her. But she didn't just wake up and be angry. She was angry for a reason. Most of them. 74%. Some of them just crazy.
Unfortunately.
Just crazy. All right.
That's good. That's that. We don't have to dive so much into that, but
yeah.
But that's a good perspective to share. Mm-hmm. And maybe later on you can have an episode, we can talk more about that, maybe that's little, because there's so much power in being the girlfriend where you don't have to puff your chest up. It's so much power in being that silent help.
Oh, it's so good that you say that. There's power. Yes, there's power in silence, especially as a woman. You got somebody barking at you or whatever, mad at you, and you just sitting there silent. Mm-hmm. She's going to be like, how's she so confident? Why is she so calm? You know what I'm saying? It's like the other woman, you don't want to look like a fool in front. Now if a one woman's barking at another woman and this woman's calm, now the calm woman has already elevated herself above the barking woman and ain't said a word. She ain't said a word because she's showing you I'm the mature one. I'm the one that's confident in who I am. I'm not worried about what you got to say. I'm fine. Why are you so upset? And I almost got to say a word.
Mm-hmm.
So that helps the one that's barking to calm down. Like, well, wait a minute. I ain't finna just be woofing at her for no reason.
Yeah.
I'm woofing at her for no reason. She ain't even woofing back.
Mm-hmm.
So,
ladies, take note of that. You don't have to assert your dominance. Men, take note of that there is a way where it can work.
Yeah.
You have to have a woman that's willing. You have to have a woman by your side that's like, I can swallow my pride and love on this person. It's only so long someone's willing to argue with themselves, ladies and gentlemen. And then eventually they'll get to a point where, like, forget it. Like she said many times, and like I said, maybe we'll be able to talk about that later, but she was like, yeah, Mimi, like, you made me love you. So it's and it was so sweet when she first, I was like, what? So but
listen, if y'all know my baby mama and how she was, that is major, right? To say you made me love you, right? Mm-hmm. And to accept you to the point where, like, now my baby mama calls and she be like, oh, how's Mimi? What's Mimi up to? Just like stuff like that, just random, she's calling about Makai or my daughter and want to know what she doing and stuff. She will say, oh, where's the kids? How's Mimi or something like that, So it's something that happens over time. There's a level of maturity that all parties involved have to have. Yeah. And because of that relationship, I can't even tell you the amount of people was like, hey, how did y'all do that? How did that? It was like, y'all got a white people relationship over there with a baby mama and a wife get along. That's only white people do that. I know. Right. But and I do have we do have a friend on here. I'm not gonna say who she is, where she's the wife and the baby mama and they get along too. I'm like, oh, look. And they be my wife and her BFFs, and they both the wife and got the baby mama situation happening. Yeah, it's the same thing. It's like the same dynamic, and it's pretty cool to really see and to watch, because really at the end of the day, it's about what's healthiest for this child, right? What is the most healthiest? What's healthy is, you're not with your both your mom and dad in one household, right? That's how God planned it. But if I'm not going to be in that, can whoever my mom's with, whoever my dad with, can we get along for the sake of the children? Can we do what's best for the children? Can we swallow our pride sometimes and make adjustments and sacrifices so we can be good parents to this child? Yeah, 100%. So now my daughter has a bonus mom, her real mom, and a dad in her life that's taking care of her. So really at the end of the day, we can't, and this is the crazy part, is like you got these, and I'm gonna just go with the women who worship. I say they worship their kids because they say, oh, my kid, them posts like, who eats first, the kid or the husband, right? Oh, my kid eat before my husband, my kid, this, my kid that. Okay, but then you want to argue with the baby daddy? What's best for the kid? Let's really think what's best for the kid. How, if your baby daddy is willing to be a part of this kid's life, let's figure something out to make this work. If you really, really love your kid the way you say you do, stop thinking about your own self-interest. We got to be selfless, right? And men too. Stop messing up these women's head that's trying to raise your child, because now you have an unstable, emotional woman trying to raise this child because of you, and you wondering why your kid is acting crazy when they're 12 years old. That's because at 4 and 5 years old, they saw their crazy mama that didn't know how to act because you was messing up their mama head. So at the end of the day, all of that has an effect on the child. You don't want no stressed out woman raising your child, because you don't have a stressed out child. So at the end of the day, if what's really important is the child, then let's make some sacrifices. Let's swallow our pride. Let's really do what's best for this child. Yeah, 100%. And that actually goes, what we've discussed goes into my next question. And for those on here, it's like you can be thinking, oh, what does it have to do with fatherhood? All this advice to women, but being a man being able to be a good father comes from
a woman being able to be a good mom, and or a girlfriend being supportive and understanding. All
Mhm.
these parties play a role in that man being able to be a good father. Yeah, there are 101 different scenarios, and what if this and what if that. But ultimately, the foundation, if the father and mom are not together, it's how can we make this work, as
Yeah.
opposed to how can I, you know, assert who I am in the situation. Like, no, how can we figure this out? How can we love
Mhm.
each other? Because I was going to ask, like, and maybe you still might want to answer is, do you have any advice to mothers or, you know, girlfriends out there in helping a man be, let's see, not in helping a man be a good dad? So what can a mom, a girlfriend do to not only help the dad but also help the child? What are some key things, like, hey, if you can implement this, things can kind of work out?
So I'll start off. You said something key there. You said, what can the mom do to help the dad be a good dad? So first things first, a woman, if you say it to him like that, it's not her job to make him a good dad.
Mhm.
But it is your job to do what's best for this child. So don't look at it, women that has a child in a baby daddy situation, don't look at it as I'm forcing you to be a daddy. Don't force a man to do anything. Don't force him to be a daddy. Because a lot of
Yeah.
times y'all want to make the daddy be a daddy the way you think he should be a daddy. And that's not gonna work because you a mama. You doing the mama role, right? There's a mama role and there's a daddy role. God has equipped us with different things to be that role in that child's life. So you can't make her, she can't make him be a good daddy. But what she can do is make better opportunities for him to be a good daddy or to even
Mhm.
be a daddy, right?
Yeah.
So if your baby, don't argue with them. Men, look, men can't handle that. We just can't handle it. We
Mhm.
can't handle the arguing, right?
Yeah.
We
You're
can't.
not
If
gonna out
mom,
argue a woman.
you can't argue, especially an angry black woman. You can't out argue them. We don't have
Hmm.
enough. We can't think of our words quick enough to out argue an angry black woman, right?
Hmm.
And I'm not saying angry. I'm not trying to be stereotypical angry black woman, but a black woman that you have made angry. Okay,
Hmm.
so we can't out argue that, right? But what the woman can do is create doors, right? You can create doors of opportunity, right? So, hey, um, once a month, do you want to, once a month, every fourth weekend, can you keep the baby? Let's start there. Can you keep our baby? Fourth weekend every month. If you can't do it, please let me know at least a weekend in advance, right? What does that do? Well, it gives them time to bond. It gives them time for you to be a hot girl once a month if you want to go be a hot girl, or just have a self love day. Maybe you want to go get your nails done, your hair done, have a girls' night, go to brunch, go to something without this. Maybe you just want to sit home and walk around butthole naked without this kid all up in your business, right?
Hmm.
So that's kind of, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Start with something small like that, even if it's not a whole day. Maybe, you know, maybe you could be like, maybe the daddy ain't been in the life, but you want to start somewhere. Maybe y'all could, hey, I'm planning to take, little Pookie to the park, right? That's the baby name. We're gonna call every baby little Pookie. We're gonna take little Pookie to the park. If you like to come, we're gonna be at this park, and y'all can hang out, y'all can chill. Help them build that relationship because men, a lot of that's like nurturing type. It's in a man's, woman's to be whatever they're going to be. Just like a man can't make a woman do anything. Something literally happened because of upbringing. Yeah, I was gonna get to that too. There are upbringing, right? I did not know how to be a dad, right? I saw my grandfather he was just there. My grandfather was very like, I don't know how he built this respect, but my grandfather said something, everybody moved and everybody made it happen. I saw that happen, him as a dad, right? All his kids just made it happen. And grandkids too, right? So, but that's all I really saw as a dad. My uncles, I seen them be dads a little bit, but they had their own family, so they weren't just hanging around all the time, right? They had their wives and their families. They was doing their thing. So yes, a lot of it does have to do with your upbringing, what your ideas of parenthood does look like. But I think if this man has a desire to be in this child's life. Most men, right, has a desire to be in this child's life. Give it to them, and understand that for most kids, unless you dating super gangster blood crip that's want to be in the streets and have guns and drugs all over the place, this man, hopefully you ain't sleeping with him anyway, but this man is not about to put them kids in harm's way. I got a relative, he's my daughter's cousin, right, on their mom's side, right? He is cold-hearted blood, Paru, right? But this dude love his kids. He got 3 kids. I think he got 2 or 3 baby mamas. He be with his kids. He be calling them little blood and stuff like that. But he be joking and stuff. He hood. He real hood. But he love his kids no matter what. I love the fact that regardless of how hood, how gangster, how whatever you want to call him he love his kids. And he gonna drop everything for his kids. And you can't, regardless, he gonna kill you over his kids. He gonna kill you over his kids. So he's not gonna put them in harm's way. So if you gotta understand, you may not like this woman, but that man is not gonna put that kid in harm's way. And there was a time where I wanted that from my baby mama, and I wanted her to. There was a time where she was dating somebody I wasn't really fond of, but I had to keep remembering she's not gonna put them in harm's way. They're gonna be all right. She's not gonna put them in harm's way. And you gotta just remember that. Don't make it about you. You gotta make it about the kids. And I think, Michelle, I think it's our natural ability to want to take care or be at least a part of our kids' lives. I think when it comes in where they don't want to take care of them, it's because there's friction that has happened, especially with men. If the stuff that was happening with my baby mama, again, I'll take responsibility. I'm not down on my baby mama, but if my mom was like that towards my dad, I could easily see him being like, yo, you want your kid? I'm out. You handle it. Deal with it on your own. Deal with it on your own. I think I can tell you my dad, the story, I don't know a lot about my dad, but I do know that my dad got on drugs. He had wrote my mom a letter when I was like 7 years old from a rehab facility. He had a heart attack and he was in rehabilitation, and he had wrote a letter, hey, I just want to know about my son. And my mom wrote back, sent a picture, asking for more information, but never heard from him again after that, right? But there was something in him that says, I have a child out there that regardless of whatever's going on, this is a part of me. So don't think for a second, I can't just see a person, even how bad, how gangster, how horrible, how whatever person may be. Maybe if they're a pimp, right? Maybe a pimp, but even pimps want their son. Even pimps take care of their kids sometimes, right? But sometimes I don't know. But there's a part of you that wants to be in that child's life. There is. It's just human nature. God made us that way. So if they don't want to be, something happened. They don't like you, or you don't like them. We got 2 minutes. Baby. What do you want me to say for my closing thought? What do you want me to talk about real quick?
No, that's good. I believe this shed a lot of light and advice on both women as mothers and women as girlfriends and men kind of stuck in the middle. But ultimately, I believe at the end of the day, some people are just going to be who they are, and you have to be. That's why, like you said again, it's structured to where you're married, you have children, because not everybody is ready, not everybody is able. So
not everybody able. Everybody able.
So sometimes is if you can have that maturity, be the bigger person. Like, hey, it didn't work out. Let's talk about this. Let's figure this out. Let's make hey, what is that going to look like? Again, it's those boundaries, those expectations, those tough conversations are what going to kind of drive what that looks like for being a father to a child where you're maybe not with the mother. Now, ultimately, at the end, go ahead.
So 2 things, Melissa, you're absolutely right. Somebody got to make the first move on the sidelines of Pookie's T-ball game to break the ice between new wife or new girlfriend and baby mama, right? So I agree with that. Dennis, you raised an excellent question because I've seen this question a lot. I'm gonna answer your question, but that question deserves its very own podcast episode. So I'm going to read it to y'all. It says, should a father with one child with a mother of multiple children be obligated to support the other kids whose fathers aren't around? Let me tell you something. When you put a ring on that finger is when you're obligated to whatever children come with that. Now, you ain't married? No. You're not obligated to nothing for them other kids. There's no obligation. Would it be nice? Sure. I do stuff. My baby mom has another daughter she comes over, hangs out at our house, and we buy her gifts. I'm going to her graduation in a couple weeks. Yeah. Am I obligated? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But if you are married, if you are married, it's like when my wife married me, she married me and Micaiah. So she has an obligation that when Micaiah is in this house to take care of Micaiah, right? Even if she had her own children. Yeah. Even if she's not in this house, right? Mm-hmm. Like our finances, it's not like, oh, my finances take a little extra out for Micaiah. Our finances support Micaiah because we are married. We are one. And so when me and my wife became one, she became part of the parental figure of Micaiah because we are one. Right? She ain't only one with me until Micaiah comes around. She's one with me at all times. So yes, if you are a legit stepfather, that's why marriage is so important in them type of questions, Dennis. If you are a legit stepfather, then yes, absolutely, you are obligated to that child. You are. And if you can't be obligated, like, oh, that's your child, that ain't my child, then you ain't ready to be married. You should want to, because you want that child to respect you as a bonus daddy. You want them children to respect you, because if you don't take care of them like they're your kids, they're not going to respect you like you they daddy. Now you got a whole nother situation. Now your house is unstable. You don't want that. You don't. Now if y'all dating, hey, and you want to take on them kids, by all means, do what you do. Do what you do. More power to you. God bless you. I think that's a wonderful thing. Key, I wonder if that's Kiera. That might be one of my best friends up there. I can't tell. She's watching on YouTube. But yeah, I think it all has to do with, are you married or are you not married? And if you're not married, hey, that's between you. I can't answer that question. That's between you and that woman. But I would advise you, get married. Michelle, people be low-key trash.
Sometimes not even low-key. But but lastly, let's leave the fathers, with something that they can take away. Maybe you want to touch on some things you wish you could have done differently, so maybe they can go into it with a different kind of perspective or mindset, or like, ooh, maybe I should stop doing this. So we're like, anything you would have done differently, any tips, any suggestions, like just pour into the fathers right now.
Yeah. All right. So this for the men out there, for the fathers, for the daddies. Look, number one, if you don't want to be with her, don't dip in the ink. Don't put your pen in the ink. Seriously. I know it's so easy to do. You want to keep some type of control over this baby mama, right? If you like her, right? Or even if you don't like her, you just whatever. You think dipping the pen in the ink is going to keep your child around. And it's not. Because you have ill intention. Your intention is not right. What's going to keep the child around is you being a father to that child. So don't dip the pen in the ink unless you want to be with her. Because there's an attachment there. Once that woman has that child, she looks at you differently. She now looks at you like, I have a forever bond with this person, whether I like it or not. And there's something that God put inside of us that says, especially women, if I had a baby with you, I want to be with you. Or we should be together. Not in all cases, because you have your oops, I got pregnant situations, get those. But if we're in a relationship and we got pregnant, there's a part of that woman, and maybe part of that daddy, but this is talking to the daddy, part of that woman that wants to have a family with you. Who wants to not have a family? What woman does? I mean, I guess if you're a lesbian and you just want to have a baby, or I don't know, you just want to have a baby. I don't know. But for the most part, let's talk in general, right? Majority of people, there's always those other cases, that happen. But for the majority of part, everybody wants a family, especially women. They want a family, right?
Mm-hmm.
So don't dip your pen in the ink if you don't want a family, right? My encouragement to all men in any situation with a child: don't give up. Don't give up. There was times where it was like my I told you my mom, my auntie just said, look, she's 2 years old, she's 1 year old. She's not going to hold this 1 year old against you because you're going to be around from 5 to the rest of her life. Right? She's not going to hold these 2-3 years against you because she's going to eventually she's going to be old enough to tell daddy is around, right?
Yeah.
Daddy is trying, right? And you may not see it, dads. You may not see it at her early age, but eventually that kid is going to know that you're trying. And what the mama don't want is that kid to resent her for keeping the daddy away. She don't want that, because then she's going to choose that daddy that you hate over you. So they're going to make sure that if you just stay around, and they're going to want to break. Look, one thing my baby mama used to always want to say is like, I struggled these first 5 years when he was in college partying. It's like, I want you to struggle now. I want you to can't go out and watch the baby. I want you to have to deal with her and this and taking her here and doing that. They're going to want you to struggle and embrace the struggle. Embrace the toughness, dads, and get around some. Look, don't be afraid to ask other dads, because a real dad, if you know another real dad, a homie that's a dad, talk to him. Talk to him. He going to give you some advice. He going to tell you the real what he deal with. He going to tell you how to deal with it. Find you another dad. Find you another man out there that's a real dad that you respect. Find him. And he going to tell you the real. I'm telling you, like, part of me, and maybe because I'm a man, I'm a little biased, I almost feel like a father figure is, at a certain point in a child's life, is more important than the mother. I think the mother, and this, I could be wrong. Don't say, this is just my opinion. I be feeling like motherhood is so key for those first 7, 8, maybe even 9 years of their life. But when they start to transition into that teenage, junior high, 10, 11, 12, that daddy's got to be there, because that daddy is the one that's going to give them self-esteem. That daddy is going to give them confidence. That daddy is going to help them be disciplined. That daddy is going to lay down the law. When that son start to get taller than mama, or he start getting little muscles and start thinking he can talk to mama crazy, hey, your son is tripping. Mama, you gonna need to get on that phone. Hey, with my daughter, my baby mama called me tripping one time. Come get your daughter. Come get her. She can't stay here no more. And then my daughter called me on the line. Damn, come get me. My mom is tripping. Right? So, but that's a safe place. Dads, husbands create protection. They create a covering, right? They create provision. That's what we do as men. We create leadership. Those are the things that these children need as they start to get older in age and start identifying who they are, right? They need, they see nourishment. They still need love and hugs and I wouldn't say gentle parent, because mothers can be strict and organized and everything too, but they need that daddy. They need that daddy. So know that your skill set, what God has blessed you with, men, it's in you, and these children need it. It's too many, especially little boys, growing up without their daddies and trying to figure out how to be a man, and the next thing you know, they want to be a woman, huh? But then you got girls growing up without a daddy who doesn't know what it feels like to be loved by a man. So you got little boys that find them as the easy girls you look for, because, I could just tell them they cute because ain't no other man told them they cute. Ain't no other man told them they beautiful. Ain't no other man smiled at them and hugged them this way. And now I'm manipulating them out of their panties before they even get out of junior high good. Because I'm the first man that told them that they look good. Y'all better let these fathers be in these kids' lives. They need it. They need it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to end with that, man. I ain't trying to Yeah. So, hey, baby, thank you so much you did a wonderful job hosting the show today, or being the interviewer. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
This was a great show. Thank you guys for keeping it. I know this is a little different, but I wanted y'all to give a little insight into who I am. If y'all gonna rock with me, y'all gonna roll with me. I'm gonna remember all y'all from the beginning. When I'm out there with millions and millions of followers, I'm gonna be like, hey, I remember y'all. When I had 13 people watching, y'all was watching with me. When I was in my closet, when I'm in the studio, I'm be like, I was in my closet, and they was watching me. So, hey, y'all, tune in next week. Next month, I'm gonna try to have. I want couples. I want y'all to hear from couples, from men and women. Next month is Men's Mental Health Month. That's what I was told. They just be making stuff up, right?
Man, every month is something.
Kiera, you know I want you to be a guest. You know I want you to be a guest. I know that's Kiera. I want to be a guest. That's her. That's Kiera for sure. If not, I don't know no other keys that's watching, but you gonna be Kiera. You better be. But yeah, I'm trying to have couples on next month. I really thank you so much. She said I love your show. I really want y'all to hear from these couples and talk about men's mental health and how, because sometimes men don't recognize it, but the women can see that their mental health is being affected, right? Especially wives, they can see where something's not right with their husband, something's affecting with their husband. So I want y'all to see it. So tune in, starting next month. We're going to talk about men's mental health every Thursday, 7:30 p.m. live on Facebook. She said it's me. Live on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Just look up at the DJ Benzie or Do Well Entertainment on YouTube. Tap in with me, 7:30 p.m. Again, that's my wife, Mimi. She's beautiful. She's wonderful. She is the reason why I can do this, because she got them kids in line. So I can do this right now. She got
and
them
we
ready.
can drop a little nugget. Like I said, for a future show, it could be me and I'll say our daughter's mom.
Hey, do y'all want me to have my baby mama and my wife on?
Like. And she can give her perspective, like,
oh, Kiera, don't wait. Kiera, don't leave. Wait, I want to say this real quick. Kiera, it's so funny. Kiera, I tell the story to my wife all the time. I was on the phone outside of my current wife's door, and I was talking to Kiera. Me and Kiera, she's like my best friend, female friend. And I was talking to Kiera on the phone. I said, Kiera, I came home to be with my baby mama. I said, but this new girl is amazing. She's wonderful. What do I do? And Kiera was just like, she came into your life for a reason. You sound happy. You might as well go for it. And I did. And look at me, married for 10 years. You know what I mean? Got a whole family and everything. So Kiera is part of the reason why I have my wife too. Because she didn't say, go, you forget her. Go be with your baby mama. So yeah, man. Thank you so much for the love. I love y'all. Have a good night. And yeah, I don't have nothing catchy to say at the end, but I'm gonna have some merchandise. Not this.
Yeah,
this just says mental. World Greatest Dad with me and another daughter. But I'm gonna have some merchandise for y'all to buy for cheap. Not expensive. I ain't trying to break no pockets. I just want y'all to have some merchandise. So, all right, y'all. Love y'all. Have a wonderful evening. You remember that, huh, Kiera? I knew you would. All right, y'all. Love y'all. Have a good night. Peace.